Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Space Engineers Supporter Server Talk. We are on an example, let's say, supporter server. This is actually a dedicated server, and this is sort of the idea of what we're going with. This is a messy one. This was a testing, blow it up, you know, it's been getting wrecked and stuff. Basically what you do is you spawn in here. A lot of servers you spawn in a ship, etc., but we wanted to do it a little different. We want you to spawn within a station, and you have to go out and manually mine your ores, just like my Let's Play series. There's two reasons why we do this. One, it prevents people who keep spawning over and over and over and getting ships and grinding them down using their resources. And two, it's a bit more of a challenge. You have to build your first ship. You don't get it handed to you. And we feel like that is kind of like the idea of in Space Engineers. You should work for your first ship. You shouldn't just be, you know, a lucky winner and won it in the lottery kind of idea, because that's a lot of lucky winners. Every time somebody connects, they're a lucky winner, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. So you start in this medical bay, and you know, somebody might be using one of these places, so you have to, you know, make sure, you know, somebody's not using it, etc. Maybe ask, maybe you guys can even, you know, we'll put a sign up or something that you can say it's claimed by for now. This is a temporarily, you know, a temporary base, basically. This isn't something you stay here forever. You don't get to own yellow forever. You get to own yellow temporarily. So when you get here, you have a refinery, a little cargo storage, an assembler, and a blast furnace. Feel free to, if you're paranoid about others, feel free to put the permissions to yourself. Just remember to reset them later on. You even have a cryostasis pod here. If you guys don't know or have never really played multiplayer, in multiplayer, if you log off where you stand, you will not spawn where you stand. You actually, in fact, die. And then you have to spawn again. On top of all that, we have a backup system for people who are noobs, who end up opening and having the airlocks all open at once. We got flashing lights, we got sirens, we got the works. Ow, my ears. And you can't get rid of the sound. There it goes. I guess it didn't pressurize quite in time yet. So let's go and check out blue here. Here's another place. Okay, something's derping up. Oh, you know what? Was this mine before? I don't know. There we go. It should stop now. No, it keeps going. Oh, you know what? There's a breach in the hull, I think, somewhere. Oh, there's a breach here. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, so we had some breaches happen, and some of the things have gotten disabled. Like I told you, this is more of like a test world kind of thing, so some things have been shot to hell, they've been breached. Here's an example of one of the mods that we're using, I believe. This is one of the mod ones where it's bigger size doors. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the bigger size doors. So yeah, you start here, and then you go by to your like local asteroid, and then start grabbing resources, build a small ship, and then go from there. And then after that, we'll have planets. I haven't decided if we're going to import the solar system and have this station far away, and then you work your way to that solar system idea, or if we're going to actually spread the solar system planets around a bit. So say one of the planets are over here with one moon, and another planet's over here with one moon, and say another one over here with one moon. I haven't quite decided how I want to do that. I think spreading them out, it is a little better for performance for people, as well as makes it more enjoyable to travel there. We can make like a big communication network over time and kind of work our way and spread around in the galaxy. What else would I like to tell you guys? This is a supporter server. If you check the link in the description, it tells you all the information you need. Oh yeah, here's another one of those damn things shooting at the... Is that me or the station? Yeah, it's probably the station. Anyways, yeah, check the link in the description. It tells you pretty much what we want. The server goals is provide a stable server. It's going to be a survival server, legitimate gameplay, basically fair play. If you find an exploit, for example, on the planet Slag that lets you use your... inertia dampeners off and lets you use your jetpack unlimitedly in space, that's considered an exploit, really. I mean, don't do stuff like that. We're here to be engineers and not find bugs and just abuse the bugs themselves. I'm just gonna float away now that, you know, we're being chased here. anyways, space stations start away from planets. So the reason why we want to do this, there's two reasons. One, you're away from planets, so the challenge is to make it to planets, land on planets, and then eventually maybe take off planets. And the other reason is because we don't want people to be forced on planets. There's a huge reason. Performance issues are really big on planets right now. Not everyone will be able to live or survive on a planet, and what kind of gameplay would it be to start on a planet? And also, I didn't think it was a good idea to have a station on planet and a station out here, because then people are going to start, warping back and forth with the medical center. We ask you not to do that, but people will do that. And then basically mods. We're going to add mods that add things like maybe a bigger door, new types of blocks. We might even add the shield mod, for example. But we don't want to, at least right now, we don't want to add things like Mark II thrusters, Mark III thrusters, Mark II batteries, Mark III batteries. We don't want to add things that basically add tier items. I mean, we have thrusters, they work well. We want to keep things a little more vanilla in that sense. But when it comes to, something like shields, the shields is a cool idea. Raid-away drones aren't going to be disabled. That's designed by the developers right now, because the drone ships spawn in the atmosphere and they fall to the planet, which is a really big issue. But over time, what we'll do is have it so that you can go and have some shields, and it's just some basic protection. So when you go in a fight or don't want to go in a fight, you can at least, not worry about everything blowing up, because I personally find it like annoying that you spend several hours or even days building a ship, and then you come across one drone ship and he tears you apart, and that's it. You've lost everything. To me, that gameplay never made sense, and so we want to offer something, to help protect that. And one of the other ones we want to add is a laser communication dish mod. Right now, that's a really cool one. I think it uses 700 kilowatts of energy, and it communicates 1,000 K away, 1,000 K away. So I think that's what, like 100,000 meters, I believe? Or no, 1 million meters, I think, yeah. And the reason I like that mod a lot is because it allows us to spread, things around the universe a bit, and then you can set up your own little satellite stations around the universe to have them communicate and piggyback the signal from one place to another. And that way you can have like this big communication grid talking to each other, and so you can be on a planet and have a communication grid connected to another planet. Because who wants to do it with, for example, the antennas, which is like 50 range. I don't know exactly what the vanilla radar one goes, the dish, but either way, that's like one of the mods we want to add. Some new doors. We're gonna add the space letters, the armor ramps mod. A lot of people like that, to make the nice ramps. We're gonna have the clear camera, so remote controlling things is nice and pleasant. It's not, oh god, I can't see anything. That's not fun. We'll even add a little clear telescope mod, which lets you zoom a little further, which is kind of fun just to see things. And big light radius. You actually would have seen it at the station. You probably wouldn't have noticed it, honestly. The idea with the larger light radius is one of the biggest performance hits on the game right now is if you have a ship and you put 100 lights in it, it's a massive taxing. It's really bad. The idea of what we're offering here is instead you could place, say, 5 or 10 lights and cover a larger radius, and it's actually a lot less taxing. Each light source is quite taxing in the game, and that's sort of the idea on that. And yeah, so we're going to have quite a few little things here and there, and we'll add things over time. It's not like modded Minecraft where you can't add or remove things on the fly without having some kind of drastic issue if it's world gen, etc. But I think you guys will enjoy it a lot. And we'll have things like higher inventory, faster grinding and stuff. We won't put it like vanilla 1-to-1 ratio kind of thing, because no one wants to play like that. But it's just supposed to be a nice, stable server where people get along. We can come visit each other. Some of you guys are welcome to build with each other. I personally play a bit solo myself, but I do like to build near other people, and maybe we can build things together. Like we can make a highway on a planet, and we can have highways around going to each other's bases. Wouldn't that be cool? But I think there's a lot of really cool things that we can do. I'm hoping to launch a test server on probably for Thursday when the update comes out. So if you guys want to be supporters and if you want to be part of this, check out stonelegion.com. you can do it today, and that gives me a better count of who is actually wanting to do it. I know for a fact that I have at least 2 people who are interesting. Bender Cash I know wants to play, and I think Race Car would play a bit. I think Togi might consider it, but he's up and down. Oh, and Sunshaker I think would be interested in playing as well. So that's actually 4 people that I've probably managed to get. So a few of you guys out there, if you are into this and you get a few friends that are interested too, we can actually build a wonderful and big community. And if the demand is, you know, required or needed, we can even consider expanding with having multiple servers. I would rather everyone be in the same universe, so we'll just have to be smart and rely on keeping things clean and whatnot, but I think it'll be awesome anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this little talk, and I really hope you guys consider being supporters. Like I said, I don't use the money for myself. It's used for the server costs, and I pay for the server costs too, because they're, you know, they're quite expensive. You should know about that. And I just basically, like, we don't buy a VPS server. We run the servers ourselves and we own them physically. And basically, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then we're going to have lots of fun. So please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. And I think this new multiplayer series will be really awesome once it gets on the ground. And some of you guys will be actually in the video, so that'll be cool. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.